Hello everybody, my name is Merc, back in the shadow of the Erdtree, particularly in the Cathedral of Metyr, I don't remember how they pronounce it, with Count Ymir and his Sword Knight. I feel like we have this armor set. Seen other people use it as well. I'm pretty sure it's a DLC thing. The Helm of Night. Bottomless black helm, cool to the touch. Flowing lines in the seeming shape of a fingerprint adorn the surface, imprisons the wearer in utterly lightless dark, bestowed upon those born deep underground, ordaining them as sword hands of night. Sword Knights of Hands. Alright, so we, in the last episode, you may recall, you might have recent memories of it, we went to the Finger Ruins of Deo, as per the quest line of this man. He gave us this map. Let's check it out first, because I want to see, like, that is not the most clear of maps to me. The whole upper left building section just doesn't read correctly. You do see a bit of the cathedral peeking out at the bottom. It's a nice idea. I just wish if they're gonna do more maps like this in the future, and I kind of hope they do, I want them to make this image even bigger. Like, it should cover the whole screen if they're making a map. You should be able to pull it out, maybe even in your map section. Like, you press a button up here on this screen to view your other maps. I don't know, maybe that makes things a little too easy, right? I don't know. Alright, let's talk to this man. There's still a lot of bloodstains around here. Tri-Night Underground Tomb Ahead. Be wary of ladder. Yeah, I've seen underneath this church is something.
I heard another sound, colored by your essence.
Colored by my essence.
Exhilarating, I must say.
What's that supposed to mean?
Stars are dark tonight. But rest assured, this is no ill omen. On the contrary, I believe that this portends a magnificent starry cascade. Now, take this. My final gift to you.
What's with this man's hat?
You join the glimmering stars above.
Third ruin map. I think that's this building right here. This man's hat got a hole in it, and it's also got like 2 napkins on the sides of it. What's up with that? Map to old ruins received. Check in inventory. Yes, yes. So we're gonna go underground. Is that perhaps where this lady was born? Map indicating the location of a hallowed ruin. A simple old map, faded and dirty. May you join the glimmering stars above. So he referenced it was going to be dark at night. This is definitely this building. The stars are going to be dark.
I believe I can feel it brewing. This evening is a sign of a greater night to come.
Let's see if he, I was going to say, it has anything else. A fleeting microcosm. Conjures a microcosm that pulses with a single wave, disappearing in a burst. 42 int required. One of the secret hallowed rites. The broken and discarded are fully willing to cling to fleeting simulacra, earning them some modicum of sympathy. The broken and discarded. So is this man's organization, this church, this cathedral broken and discarded? I mean, you see that it's a church that's half destroyed almost. I have to assume that when we come back here at night, things are going to be vastly different.
I told you once, I've no interest in companionship, but I must admit, Count Ymir did seem very pleased. Perhaps an exception is in order.
I did not expect that.
Ymir is a shining star.
Is he an alien?
The only star upon the black canvas of the night. Our meeting with the Count taught us of the star-draped sky. We know that we cannot reach out to touch it.
We
can peer up at its brilliance and heed its guidance. We will never again lose our way in the night.
Who is we? Is we like when I'm playing here and saying us and we, including y'all into the conversation? Is she, you know, slightly mad like I am, or is she part of an organization? I feel like there's probably more of these nights, and I'm sure if we come back at night, we will find out more. The sword hands. Pass time until nightfall. So what happens if we're just in here the whole time? I guess it's a loading screen, so it probably doesn't matter one way or the other. I mean, it's nighttime, bro.
I have spoken far too freely. Pay me no mind. Let us focus on our shared purpose, our service to Count Ymir.
How many people am I working under right now?
Now, be on your way.
I feel like even Kenneth Haidt was like under the impression I'm working for him. It's kind of funny.
Oh, yes. This evening.
Maybe I have to leave. Leave the building. Yuri, beloved child taken before his time. Message ahead, therefore look carefully, required ahead. This is a good message here. I think it's supposed to be this gravestone, but this is also a good message. Huh. It is nighttime. It's kind of hard to tell. The day-night cycle is... Got a strong moon. The stars are particularly dim. I do notice that. Normally the game has a wild skybox. Is this gonna be another case where we have to move on from Ymir's quest here? It does seem like leaving the church. Like, I guess the underground tunnel will go this way. Because the map indicates right here. Maybe that's what they want, is for me to come out this way. I don't know if I believe that. Oh, I guess, yeah, that's probably a message. Just... This is a lot of empty space right here, so... I mean, this game has a lot of empty space, but I was just, you know, I'm contemplating because clearly, look at this map here. We got the building, the cathedral here. And then look at this map. That's clearly the same building. And then in front of it, we have the Finger Ruins. May you join the glimmering stars above. Did I even talk to the man? Like, the stars are dimming and reappearing a little. This better not be like a... I saw a bunch of bugs there. Like Animal Well or something, where there's a big secret. I have to count the stars in the sky. It's mostly a joke.
Oh, yes. This evening is a... Do you recall what I said?
Oh, I haven't talked to him. I forgot about that.
America and the fingers that guided her were unsound from the start. Well, the truth lies deeper still. It is their mother who is damaged and unhinged. The fingers are but unripe children, victims in their own right. We all need a mother, do we not? A new mother. A true mother who will not give birth to further malady. May you join the glimmerings.
Try night, underground tomb ahead. I'm here at night. It do be night. I'm not mad at the message. In fact, I'm glad the message is there because it means that there's something here clearly. I'm honestly not certain what to do though. I see the moon. Oh, hey. Ow. I can't believe that thing didn't die in one hit. A glinting nail. That's weird to find here, is it not? Oh, it's a consumable item. I think we can craft, well, obviously we can craft these. It says right there. Nail stone with shining fingerprints floating above. The lampreys that guard the finger ruins resemble fingers far more than they do humans. And so the finger weavers imitated their sorcery. Okay, more info about the finger weavers. That's cool. Because we encountered like a finger weaver shack that gave us some crafting recipes. Oh, there's a lot of dudes here. I didn't quite realize this side was infested with these men. That's probably overkill. I mean, I know for a fact it's overkill. I really like the design of these guys. Even though they're kicking my butt. Bonk. I bonked him real dead right there. We've been to the Astrolabia. Yeah, I killed those guys, but not these guys. When I was here the first time. Aw, man. Ow, thank you for backstepping. I appreciate that. That was bad. It's fine. Some would say that's not worth the time, but I would say I need a little bit of combat because I'm losing my mind trying to find out what we're doing here. It's raining now. It's extra sad at this very moment. Sir, will you now open your secret passage that you're clearly sitting above? I don't know why we have to do this whole song and dance for you to let me make stuff happen.
Oh yes.
Yeah, this evening. This evening. That's happening right now. Right now. Maybe I have to just go somewhere else. Have you considered that? Just reloading the area. I mean, I technically reloaded the area when I first passed time, did I not? I guess we could have just rode there, but who cares? It's still nighttime. I want to make sure. I guess actually, does time pass when you travel? It is still nighttime. Maybe it's because I didn't talk to him and learn the whole story. She is still here, though.
No. Beyond.
Excuse me, miss. Have you noticed your friend is gone? This man just had a button between his legs. I like how there's a ghost doing it with me. Got that bit of camaraderie. Wowzers. Well, that took a little longer than it should have, but we did figure out what's going on. We're at the bottom of the world, except not really at all. I don't know how a whole mountain grew around this finger ruins. Seems familiar. In short, likely dragon. Yeah, it does feel like a Dark Souls, like Ash Lake. Is that the Dragon Lake area? That's why I joked about the bottom of the world. Why do we have to do this? This lady's called Sword Hand, and she's using claws, man. And also, I will trade with you any day of the week. Okay, I should not have said that. I couldn't trade at the end. After all of that, I just die here? That's shameful. There's only one bloodstain here, and now there's gonna be two. Just utterly trash. I will blame me not being warmed up. Hey, you're still here? You're gonna just pretend that didn't happen? Is that not you? Oh no, her name is something else, is it not? Her name is Sword Hand of Night Yolan. I hate messages in front of interactables. It is like the ultimate troll message in that it just gets in the way. There's no reason for it. Shake my dang head, man. I'm just trash. Pulling out my gimmicks now. That's how bad I am at this dang fight. I only died once. I'm surprised she even... I mean, I guess she's like an NPC slash player character, so... a non-player character. She can definitely get you. You just... it's especially if you get greedy, though. Claws of Night. Claws of a bottomless black, from which no light can escape. Wielded by Anna, Sword Hand of Night. Engraved with a smith script enabling strong attack to launch 3 claws at a target. The blades are only semi-corporeal and cannot be fully guarded against. Scatter shot throw. Interesting. That's a cool weapon. I like the smith script stuff. It's kind of hard to say. Smith script. Smith script. There's an item down there. Is there gonna be like a finger beast down here too? A lamprey, if you will. Who's dying here? What are you dying to? I didn't even see. Oh. You might have been running away or something. From the lady. The Finger Weaver's Cookbook number 2. Numero 2. A record of crafting techniques allows you to create the fingerprint nostrum, which we don't, we have a few of those. We found them earlier. I don't remember what they would look like, these things. Boost mind intelligence, faith, and arcane at the cost of HP. Sounds trash for me, but interesting. Try fingers. So he mentioned Queen Marika's mother there, and we are contemplating about it, I think even in the last episode, because there's a reference to the grandmother, which theoretically might have been that tree. What? This man just drinks. I don't blame him. Okay, what do we got going on? We still have our other drink on, actually. Wait, so this is the Mother of America here? That's cool that I've not heard the name of this boss at all. I was not spoiled. Not that names are necessarily big. Oh man, this is a disgusting boss. And of course they're a caster. So is this like another alien? It's like even... Dang, okay, that's a new attack. Okay, it's got a triple jump in attack. Okay. That's fine. Less fine that we have souls on the line. Where are we gonna spawn in from with this stake? Oh, just right here. Okay. Why is it always checkpoint? Therefore, fear. Yeah, it's true. It's interesting because I guess these little statues indicate that this is a co-op zone with the rune arc. I don't understand why it doesn't look like Queen Marika. But then these statues of Queen Marika with the golden braid, these are checkpoints. So if you see these, you know something's up. If you're in the know, anyway. Okay, we can try this again. What is happening here? Your player just goes unconscious and you have a... You just appear here. Like it's just black screen cutaway. That's really funny. She allows you to buff, which is neat. Her souls are right there, but I don't know if it seems plausible to get them. She's got lasers. I jumped. I should not be chasing our souls right now. Yep. And that's why you don't. I was like actively trying to dodge and get the souls at the same time, and obviously I did neither. That's fine. I want to say let's switch weapons. Let's go these stars again. Use the stars against the beast from the stars, and just to make things easier, we'll remove that stuff too. I just like these weapons. I don't know why. It's fun. Going in crazy. Guess we need the red blade now. It does help. Don't need to think about the souls. Do cast this. And I think both these drinks are long lasting, so... Okay, I dodged like real early there, but it worked. This is like a triple slam sometimes. It wasn't though. I gotta remember to use the right moveset. I hate that attack. Okay, we need to perhaps stay in front of her because going to the side just means she creeps at you with the fingers, and that's just a flaily hitbox, and you know how I feel about those, so we should not even attempt that. It's just like the other big hands that we fought, where they just creep at you with the fingers, and you're like, oh, constant hitboxes, this is fun. Just kind of have to deal. So run towards the face, because you're not going to get behind it. I'm noticing its tail is like 2 fingers as well. I'm using the wrong buttons. That was bad timing. I wasn't Okay. I feel like I could have buffered that roll out of there, but maybe it just wasn't quick enough. Again, I have to remember that I'm pressing L1 instead of R1 or R2 now because my stars. Was I two-handing this? I guess I was two-handing this by mistake. It's fine. Maybe we should go change the physic a little. Just because I don't think this HP is really helping that we have on it. And we might be able to cheese something out if we use something else. Alright, L1. That's the button you're pressing now. This is a new attack. Kind of figured it was a big explosion, but I was like, I have to try jumping. Maybe you don't want to be in front of her. Maybe you want to be slightly to the right of her. Maybe she has a different moveset on her right side, which is slightly easier to deal with. I'm not going to change the potion just yet, just because that's going to be a ways away. This is already taking a little long. I kind of wish the Stake America was just like right here. It would be so much more convenient. But Miyazaki's like, yeah, we gave you checkpoints, but you're not gonna, you know, we're still gonna give you a little bit of a run back mentally, a little bit of downtime between the bosses. Okay, I was gonna say, maybe we just try to run behind her. Yeah, she actually is, even though she doesn't really have a symmetrical stance, she is pretty symmetrical in her moveset, it seems. At least she has a finger flail on both left and right side, right? So also we really need to hit with both these stars to make this work. And also jump attacks. You can dodge pretty early for that. Not for that though. She's just gonna turn around. Or get away from you even. Maybe you want to bait the lasers. Yeah, I had a feeling that she could just hit me like that. Thank you for the message. Yep. As long as she does the finger poke, I'm okay with it, to be honest. Okay, getting behind her is not necessarily working. Really? Okay. Good jumps. We got the bleed off. She's standing on 2 fingers now. Anyone else notice this? Okay, she doesn't just stand on 2 fingers the rest of the fight, but she can stand on 2 fingers. Which is not a sentence you say very often, but welcome to Elden Ring, I suppose. Our bleed did some significant work there. And by significant, I just mean it was a lot of damage, but it took a while to get there. It phased her though, so we ran out of our buffs so fast though. These buffs are not really helping all that much. Perhaps. She only did 2 jumps. Okay, she has a good turn on that. She can also just turn to do the finger poke really easily from front and back. Huge. As she was doing the big attack, we got the stagger in. She might bleed again as well soon. Yo, the bleed helped so much right there. We actually did get 2 bleeds off. I was so scared about the black hole. Remembrance of the Mother of Fingers. Praise the blood loss. Yeah, no doubt, eh? Didn't expect weak foe. And then dung. Take this power to the finger readers, right? Remembrance of Metyr, the Mother of Fingers, hewn into the Erdtree. The mother of all 2 fingers and finger creepers was in turn a magnificently gleaming daughter of the Greater Will, and the first shooting star to fall upon the lands between. So she was an alien. Interesting. And then her presence probably like made the ruins happen, like the fingers just started growing out of the ground over the years. And then I wonder like what the tree, I mean, the trees are obviously related to the fingers, and this one even could be considered 2 fingers because it's like 2 intertwining trees. And you know what I just noticed about this picture? It's like one really straight golden tree in the middle, or it has like a golden center, but this extra limb here that's wrapping around it is just like a normal tree. I don't know what that means. It's just kind of like dripping out of the, it's like oozing its sap here, dripping the gold onto the Erdtree chalice. That's some lore implications there. The Greater Will. So they sent this finger creature here to birth America, as well as the finger creepers and everything else. The 2 fingers. The 2 fingers are guiding the Tarnished, which is partly America's will because she follows quote-unquote the Greater Will. And it also spawned both the tree and the Erdtree and the Erdtree, I'm assuming. Or maybe the Erdtree was a result of the Erdtree, I'm not sure about that, but clearly it led to both. I was gonna say, is there a place you can just teleport back down here? Man, everyone's just like, I mean, it was kind of easy. The bleed helped a lot once I figured that out. Now we're at the beautiful point where I have no idea where to put points into. Because strength isn't doing enough for us. Do we just stack more vigor? Put our next 10 points into vigor, perhaps? Make things slightly easier in the only way that really makes sense. Okay, so we finished that quest line. We've explored all this upper region. The options now are to go fight Mesmer, which we just fought a boss, so I'm a little 50-50 on that. You could argue that I'm warmed up now, having fought a boss. But I want to get this map. So let's go back to the Rao Ancient Ruins. I'm pretty sure this was the farthest site of grace that we got. This was a few days ago, last time I was here, so my memory is not the best. Not the most refreshed with what's going on. I think we want to get to this building, because theoretically there's an elevator in there. Which means we have to get up there. Which means we have to go through here. Wait, no, there was the shortcut. I remember the shortcut. Problem is, we were jumping down a pit and couldn't do the platforming. Torrent wasn't cooperating. Could you get a pot throw in there, maybe? Not really. I wonder, could you get inside it as it stands up? That sounds like a bad idea. But I am curious. We still have a lot of souls. It goes to show how much we need to level up now. We're pretty close, actually. So we're probably going to be throwing a level away here. This is actually a really easy dude to dunk on if we had the furnace visages. Now there's like 5 of those nerds we have to kill. I did mention in a previous episode, apparently you can kill them just through brute force. They will collapse and you can get a critical hit on them. Okay, this is the area where I've been trying to fall. I'm not sure if there's more that we could explore. I know there's that other path with Golden Knights kind of below us. Really should just have done this without the horse. Oh, I didn't quite make that though. Problem is this jump. This is what I died for. A 4-toed foul foot. So I can craft more of those. I have been using them when I was farming for smithing stones, as poorly as that went. Guess we took some fall damage. It is pretty cool just having like the shadow roots growing out of the castle and the foundation. A hawk with horns and sharp talons. Well, one message said there's grace, so let's try it. Surely the elevator isn't... I had a feeling if I broke that skull on the elevator it would act weird. I wonder if they just don't have the technology to have items on elevators, like it's a little too jank. There is grace. And we are at the top of this plateau now. I'm glad we made these bleed weapons and that actually like worked for a boss, at least one boss. It made me feel like it was worth the effort. I like making multiple weapons. It's reminiscent to Monster Hunter for me, because I like finding out what the weakness is and then building around that type of thing. It is fun to me as much as it's a bit of a grind to try to make all these weapons. That's less fun, but most of the time you're fighting monsters that are actually fun to kill, so I feel okay with it. And on the opposite end of that spectrum, the most lazy of fighting or combat, I should say, I really like Dynasty Warriors, which is also like a grind, but it's, like I said, the opposite of that spectrum, because you're fighting thousands of dudes and you're just pressing 2 buttons over and over. In Monster Hunter, you kind of just press 2 buttons over and over, but you have to be like really skillful to get through some of the harder stuff. At the beginning of the game, you just kind of learn that you can spam a bit, but then as you progress, like, things scale up appropriately. It just takes a while sometimes until you start encountering challenges, and then you have to start building around enemies. So you have like 4 sets of daggers or something like that. I like playing the dual daggers, but I also like playing the big weapons too. My favorite, I think, was the Great Axe. The Switch Axe, that's what's called. Talisman of all Crucibles. Grants effects of all Crucible talismans. A giant mass of intermingling Crucible attributes. Reduces damage taken from critical hits and headshots, and improves the effectiveness of rolling and backstepping, but also increases damage taken at all times. Rumored to have sprouted upon giants, and is known as the Mother of Crucibles in ancient tower lore. Sprouted upon giants. I don't think we like actually have met a giant yet. Actually, well, maybe the blacksmith is, but I think he was a troll. I think those are technically called trolls in the lore. That was a fun diversion. I'm glad I did get the Sight of Grace, even though I didn't need it. Just cause having that bit of a safety net. Okay, let's do a quick lap around this little upper plateau. If I was running, I could have made that. That's another elevator over there. Looks like we're looking upon a building. I wonder if it's like a boss over there or something. This area I really like, even though it's like kind of difficult to navigate. That's definitely the point. I don't know why I got off the horse. I guess we could rest. There's no reason not to. Actually, we could even maybe level up again. Ooh, we need 200 souls. Sheesh. Come on. Golden Rune 1. That's funny. We have that's such a small amount. It's like 0 point, you know. I still don't. I needed 70 more souls. I needed 270, and I just didn't mental math it. That's 500 runes. Sheesh. It's funny. That was even less of a percentile of what we needed. Like a 0.02% increase. Okay, so I imagine we want to go down here. And we'll get to that other building up ahead. I see there's a giant archer again. Are these the giants or are these trolls? Actually, I think these are giants. The trolls are the guys with the swords that you see stomping around at the start of the game in Limgrave. I like how it's called Limgrave and not Limgrove. Spirit calculus, be wary of teacher. That's a good message there. I'm just scared of the giant shooting us again. I was gonna say, where even is the giant? He be shooting. Just gonna ignore that shade. If there's, as long as there's not like a gold mask up ahead. I got impaled. Dog is not what you want to see. I don't have the torch on me. Are we chill? We're chill. I don't even know where the dog is. We're chill though. We're chill though, right? Right? Hey Scoob. Scooby, we're chill, right? I don't know where that other dog went. I'm gonna ignore that item just because I don't want to get shot in the back by a giant. I'm a little scared about this. Let me up. I have a feeling this giant's not gonna bleed. But we do a lot of damage. So it don't matter. We're just gonna hit him in the butt. It did not work as expected. Apparently he's weaker in the ankles than he is at the butt. I guess it's like years of being fought. It's surviving. Ooh, smithing stone 7. Let's switch to a more handy move set. Handy with the hammer. Let's even put the bow back on for giggles. Not that I use it. Pull up the torch in case there's more shadow dogs. I guess this is the way they want you to go up the hill, but I found a better platforming tactic. Does seem like we're going down there. It seems like it might be a one-way trip. I like that I carry this giant hammer on my back. Yes, more smithing stone 7s. That's huge. We could even one day upgrade this torch, maybe. That was my heavy attack. This man's like, oh man, why'd you do that to me? I thought you rode by, you didn't want to fight. I was like, nah bro, I saw you. No horse ahead. So, last night I was scrolling some social media, and I learned that in Japanese and in Chinese, or like, I guess I should say in Japan and China, they have, I try not to mess this up, but they've been leaving messages that people don't necessarily translate well into our cultures because it's more of like a meme, a symbolic meme, right? Just like the Americans have been placing jokes about I want to go home and then edge everywhere. This is what spawned this conversation. Is there was a Chinese poster on Reddit, I guess, who says I don't understand why people keep saying that. I'm not going to get into that part, but apparently when I believe it is when there's a lot of messages about no horse ahead, it's a Chinese person saying that the message that it's in front of is a lie, basically, because it's horse apparently sounds similar to mom in Chinese. They're like MA with different inflections, which I will not try to reproduce. But since they sound similar enough, people say they have no mother, no horse ahead, right? They're using it interchangeably, indicating that the person that they're referring to is a liar. So in that case, the person, it's probably a message that says, try jumping off. And then the Chinese message says, no, this person is motherless, aka they're a son of a, they're a bad person, let's say. They weren't born of Metyr, mother of all fingers. Anyway, and then to bring Japan into this, apparently when there's messages about grass, it's people laughing, because apparently there's a recent meme or idea where, I don't know if it's because, I think it's because it looks similar, the writing, I want to say the kanji or the hiragana. I don't remember what the other one's called. I remember kanji. I learned a little bit. A, I, U, E, O. I learned my vowels, my Japanese vowels back in the day. And I know how to say "Tore wa doku desu ka?" which is, where's the bathroom? Where's the toilet specifically? Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about language and stuff that I don't know precisely, just in case I get myself in trouble. But it was fun to find that out. So this is where the furnace golem is. I don't know if we went to this ledge over there. I was also trying to see if we could jump down onto that ledge, but there's no purpose in that. So we jumped down here instead. I had a feeling we were taking damage there. I'm sorry, Torrent. I'll make you some new food right now. There we go. We have a lot of golden roa now. And then we replace this food with this one. And then now that'll heal Torrent better. So we got another checkpoint here. That's good. Or bad. We want to go onto this platform down there. This seems like a boss fight or something. Sorry, I gotta do this to you. I like how the different shades drop different items, like depending on where they are in the world. It's usually just not particularly interesting crafting materials, but it is interesting that they did that, you know? That they did that. Tripping over my own tongue. So this is where the bird mask is. And we could drop down over there. We already killed this one though. There was like an item behind it. And it dropped a piece of its gear. I imagine there's 4 total, then they'll each drop a piece of their gear in addition to something else maybe. Well, you found the one place not to drop down from. Don't like that someone said monstrosity ahead. Maybe it's gonna be another ulcerated tree spirit. I'm gonna say that's not a good message down there. Wait, what is that? It looks like another divine beast thing. It is. Why would they do that? I did consider there would be another divine beast, but I didn't think it would just be another dancing lion. Also, it's weird because the dancing lion is 2 dudes in a suit. We seen it. We seen them. I'm gonna try Assassin's Approach, but I don't guarantee that this is gonna do anything. It's cool that we get to hear the theme again. I forgot about that attack. Wait, this is just the Divine Beast. This isn't two dudes in a suit, is it? I don't see the hand. It's hard to tell because this is a very over-designed boss. But yeah, oh no, it does have a hand. It does have a hand. So it is still two dudes in a suit. Dude. Typical, yeah, you can see the legs there. Typical Elden Ring boss. If you fall behind, you will always be on the back foot. It's so hard to get a heal in. The chug animation is not even that long, but it really is like it'll kill you. We are way better off against this one than the first one we fought, obviously. If we could take out that first one, this one should be no big deal. I did just appear right in front of it. I didn't know what was going on. That's my fault for locking onto the boss. I don't want to fight the boss out here. I still can't dodge that attack. Oh, it's just spewing death at us. Wait, what? Why are there frogs here? I thought I was dead for sure right there. I haven't been this scared about a boss in ages. I really like this song. This song is so good. I was trying not to buffer the roll. Are there frogs on the other side of the map? Looks like there's 3 frogs. I was gonna say, did this boss transition to a death phase? Like, what? Actively losing my mind in the middle of that fight. I don't think we drank. It doesn't really matter. So people are just suggesting you shoot it, which is fair. You could also ride past it, except you don't want to go down here. This is a dead end. I can't tell where the frogs come from. Does it summon frogs during its phase switch? Or did I just happen to... Because I thought they'd be over here somewhere. That felt random. Flame Grant Me Strength should be the last one we cast. I think it saw us. This is the big flail attack. That attack still is hard to read. I'm dead. Okay. Oh, this is the big flail. It's actually kind of nice when it does the big flail, because... Okay, it does summon the frogs. It does seem like the frog, like it's also spewing death. It's not just the frogs. Maybe I'm wrong though. This part of the song is so good. I hate that it happens during lightning. Oh, I'm grabbed. I'm dead, I think. This man summons frogs. These men's. There's two of them. Didn't expect that. And no one's messaging about that because everyone's just like, oh, you should just shoot it, obviously. Like, yeah, I guess. What I could do is I could shoot it with like poison arrows, really cheese this mofo. Unfortunately, it oops. It looks around a lot, so it doesn't let you sneak up on it. I had so many bad misses there that I was just like, okay, get me something, so I jumped in. Right, this is the flail again. Really? Oh, man. Yeah, they legit just spawn from the sky. That's so uncool. I'm just trying to like navigate this area and I can't. It's because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to like, you know, get them split up so I can maybe take out a dang frog. Look at my death bar. It's so high. I'm so scared. Alright, we're out of the death zone, I think. Okay. That's bad. This is definitely the worst. Is there another frog? There is! Oh my god. I'm starting to get convinced about the idea of shooting it down range style. Also, we didn't go back to that church. What if there was something up there after we killed the boss? Maybe we'll check that out before the end of the episode. I'll think of it again, hopefully. I gotta admit, not having a great time right now. I even want to put the Dragon Bolt Blessing on, even though this is not gonna be enough mana for this now, right? Yeah. Whatever. Having the extended death bar actually helps a lot. Cool. It really tilts me when I'm inside of it. I can't see anything because all I can see is it. And then I swing and then I miss. Like, that feels so bad. Swing and a miss. I don't know why I did that. Our gimmicks are not helping really at all. Especially Assassin's Approach, it's literally never worked, so... Wow! That was... poor performance. I didn't dodge, like, at all. I still contend that I need to be not locked on during this fight. Which sucks because... which means I have to control the camera, obviously. But if I don't, like if I do lock on, then I'm fighting the camera anyway, so it's lose-lose. Casting these spells every time is getting a little annoying. Oh my god, and every time he hits you, he just knocks you down. This is the triple spew. I thought this was part of the combo. I don't know, maybe it was, but because this is the combo. Oh my god, it has way more range than I think it does. I feel like there's a section you can dodge it, but you can't. Dude. I didn't even trade there. Oh! I recognize I'm being bad, but... oh my god! I'm having a chill normal one. Yeah, do the combo, man. Like, I'm not near you. Are you kidding me? Can't see shit. Alright, time to transition. Oh, cool, neat. Are you kidding? Okay, we need to switch the weapon. This is proving really... There's 4 frogs. Are you kidding me? The other frog just doesn't even want to come over here. Yo, it went to wind? Okay, big explosion on wind. We are out of Estus. Well, that's neat that it's up there, but I'm not a big fan. Okay. I should have ran in earlier. That sumo stomp is cool, but I think it only does it during the ice phase. Oh man, this is so tricky. 4 frogs. We're switching weapons for sure. Let's go to something that'll be a little less to think about. We can't buff this. And we got an R1 now. We got an R1. Remember, you're R1ing. And then if this doesn't work out, maybe we try bleed, and then we can also try the holy one. We have options. Let's see how this goes. I gotta remember how this goes though, because I'm a bozo. I rolled. I hate that so much. I go through like the 10-15 seconds of buffing myself up. I run in there and then the camera fights me. Actually kind of infuriating. I know what attack it was doing, but like I haven't internalized the timing enough that I can do it without like basically being blind, without seeing at all. Oops, that's not the one you want. And now we can't cast flame, which is fine. Yep, turn around, why don't you? Okay, well, I learned that this weapon doesn't do enough damage to make sense. Because it's slower. It extends your hitboxes, or rather your animations. Let's try this sword. We haven't used this sword in a while. Our strength hasn't increased, I don't think. So, I don't imagine this is going to do great, but it's not going to do bad for sure. Yeah, give me a free attack so I can test this. Oh, that's even less damage. What? Yeah, why not? I dodged 2 of its attacks and it still hits me at the end of the animation. It's been so long since we fought this. This was literally the first boss, or I guess the second boss we fought, because we fought the Guts Man, the Mega Man boss. No, the Berserk reference boss first, and that kicked our ass for a while. What do you mean you can't change equipment? Let's try the stars. I got L1 now. Okay, respectable damage. Like, actually very respectable damage. Even without the bleed. If you're at a different elevation as the flame, it feels so bad. Oh my god! I think we got a bleed in there too. I'm just running away. It literally spawned the frogs on top of you. This is bad that we can't one-shot the frogs. Okay, we can. We have to L1 though. Well, we've never seen that animation before. Deathroot just comes and takes your soul. I call a little BS on that. I think I did get a little greedy as it started the animation. Oh man, the Dragon Bolt blessing did not help. With Blood Flame Blade, we might do significantly more damage. Might phase him so easy. Might being the key word. Love that attack because there's just like... I'm sorry for judging your attacks, making you have to use your bigger one on me. Please heal. I've been pressing this button for time and it did not work. Oh man. I should have just healed on that. Oh my god, I missed again! This is the big combo. Ooh. I really wish this enemy wasn't in the game. Fighting it the first time in the castle, that's so cool. It was good. Even though it sucked, it took me a while. This feels trash. It's the same boss except now has a Deathblight phase. Come on, man. I'm not even talking about the frogs. I'm pretty sure when I beat that boss, I said something akin to, I never want to see that boss again. Here we are. God dang. Okay, screw the flame, I guess. We get Blood Flame instead. Alright, now time for me to win because I got real mad. JK, it's time for me to miss every attack again. What was I thinking? How dare I assume I could get a hit in? Yeah, you're going down, Buster. I'm gonna have you phased real fast. Dude, how... Love to miss my every attack. Okay, get out! Oh my god! Wow. That one hurt my soul. I somehow buffered another attack, so I was stuck in the damn mist. Ooh. Okay, Dragon Ball Blessing, just, it's trash. There's no reason to use it. It does not help. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, it helps you a little bit for everything, which means it helps you nothing for everything, because, like, it doesn't matter. Having it there did not help, so we're not going to cast it anymore. This also doesn't help Bestial Vitality. I really doubt it. Whatever, triple chug. I didn't buffer the dodge, apparently. That third strike in the combo, you can buffer the dodge. I need to internalize that. The first two strikes in that combo, though, are so deceptive. The first one's delayed, the second one's delayed. We also, like, need to get some damage in right away, otherwise these buffs are useless. I'm content with that trade. This is what I mean, though. Like, I hit him 3 times, he's already half dead. It bleed again. It bleed again. Just get out. Just get out. It is so far. That wasn't even the frogs. That was the boss. I'm dead. I want to know who thought this was a good idea. Four frogs. Like, I don't even hate those frogs' design. They've been in there since Dark Souls 1, maybe even Demon Souls, probably just Dark Souls 1. They're cool. You know, they're a unique enemy that'll kill you dead if you let them. Why am I dealing with them when I'm dancing with a lion? You know what I mean? I'm so tilted right now. I don't understand. What is... Who wronged Miyazaki? That's my question. I used the wrong attack. It's fine, though. Because we didn't hit anyway. Yeah. I knew that was hitting me. Oh my god, I hate that attack. I only hit one of the blades there. Oh my god. The one attack that I said I hate is because it's such a low startup animation that it's almost akin to a flail attack. He just kind of moves forward at you with his mouth, and then you just take damage. Feels bad, man. Oh, you can't cast while you're on the horse. Oh, you can't cast while you're two-handing, I guess. I was definitely ready for that one. This is what you want to see. That combo, if you're behind him, is amazing because he has no hitboxes back there. I just have no easy solution for these frogs. I have to jump attack them, and that's the slowest animation I have. Plus, all of this crap. I can't believe he summons 4 frogs. I still can't get over that. A flame, grant me strength. Give me a bleed. There it is. Ooh. Enemy felled. Divine Beast Tornado. That's cool, I guess. Is there gonna be a third for the lightning spell? God, is there gonna be a fourth for the death spell? Because we got the frost stomp from the first one. Faith 28 summons a storm that launches a tornado forward. Tempest of the Dancing Lion, wielded as an incantation. Whirlwind-like Twist of the Body summons a storm. The majority of divine beasts were gored and hung upon Mesmer's spear, then burned in his flame. Those who witnessed the deed likened it to a funeral pyre for the tower itself. So it seems like this Belurat might be like an original settlement of this country, but most of these other forts and such are from America or Mesmer's armies. This building definitely not, but some of the churches I would assume are also from America's army. What was I expecting here? First off, weak foe. This is, yeah, didn't expect death. Man. Alright, what are we doing up here? This just leads to the gold mask. We've already been over there. I was really hoping there'd be a way down. Like an elevator, you know? Still no map. Yeah. Yeah. Man. I'm at a bit of a loss as to how to get down now. This might be a dead end, just period. I want to leave a message too, but I don't know where a good spot would be, because you kind of want to read it in a place where you can take time to read it without the boss seeing you. I don't think there's anything down here. We've already been over here. We got teleported here by the belfry. Worst part is this is like so close to the map. Well, it doesn't feel that close anymore. It is close to the map, just not vertically. I don't even remember what was here. I didn't expect anything to happen there really, but was worth a shot, I suppose. I really thought this would be the path. I disagree. I'm sick of these foggy views. Man, this game is running not great. It's kind of funny that like when Elden Ring first came out, it prompted me to get a new PC because it wasn't running at 60 constantly. Now it is, but... And then now that I'm back 2 years later, I have a PC that could run it, except in the DLC, there's a lot of... It seems like there's a decent amount of unoptimized areas, so... Gets a little framey at times. Man, what does this message say? Okay, well. I'm not even sure where to go. I guess it would be that shortcut where we saw the 2 gold or horn knights. Maybe we'll do that next episode. I'll think about things a little bit. Maybe I'll do a bit of exploring on my own and come back when I feel like I found a path. Maybe not. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I'm excited to play more. Hopefully we'll find this map eventually. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, folks.